Hello YouTubers, Joe Kersey here on November 26, 2016 at 17:15 in the afternoon Eastern Time. Well, as you can see, I've spent the bulk of my afternoon watching this football game, Ohio State and Michigan. 113th meeting, first overtime in the history of the game, and often it's referred to as the game by people who basically have never gone to either school. That's usually the press that refers to it that way. Double overtime. Let's just say it was very, very close, and like all of these games, it's very, defense very much plays a part in it. There's always one or two or three lucky plays and special teams, field goal kickers, punters, that sort of thing. They always play a big part. Punt returners, although there wasn't much punt returning in this game. We had Ohio State's fellow missed 2 field goals, but he made the one that he had to make, and he made the point afters, the 2 points after, 3 points after. Yeah, because they didn't do a point after the last touchdown. The Ohio State offensive line finally sort of, they really became very focused in the last quarter. Both defenses were pretty, basically very superb the entire time. It was a good game. Let's say there were, there was a very obvious pass interference by Ohio State in one of the overtimes, the first overtime. That was not called. It wasn't seen. It just wasn't seen. The final first down in the second overtime for Ohio State was extremely close. But it probably actually occurred by, if you go to your Euclidean geometry and you have like a line, then you have a plane going up from that line at 90 degrees, and let's just say there's some quantum vagueness there along that plane. Let's say that the ball got into that quantum vague area and they called the first down. They did review it since they had called it on the field as a first down and there wasn't anything definitive to refute it. They had to let that stand. And that's probably a fair call, but it was a very, very, very close call. That's typical of these Ohio State-Michigan football games, when both teams are good and playing at their best. I didn't get the sense Ohio State was playing at its best today, frankly. Enough of that nonsense. I'm sure that I've bored the crap out of everybody in the United Kingdom that watches me, so I sort of apologize, but not really. Today, I woke up at 2:30 after 7 hours sleep, so I said, Joe, you've had a full night's sleep, so let's get up and do some stuff. And I had to do some computer hard drive housekeeping because I was getting, it wasn't full, but it was getting up to that point where, you get under 200 gigabytes in an Apple, the thing starts to slow down markedly. If you only have 200 gigabytes in your hard drive left, it's, I've got 16 gigs of RAM, but, Anyway, enough of that. But I'm on Time Machine 3 now. Time Machine 1 and 2 have been converted into movie files because I started this time machine in May 29th of 2015, and its initial backup was 140 gigabytes after I had pretty much emptied out everything I could conceivably empty out of my hard drive by that time. Because I didn't want to transfer. I haven't transferred any of my pictures into external hard drives yet, but that will probably be the next step. I transferred most of my movies. There are some I like to watch periodically. I leave them in. But I got down to where I only have 27 gigabytes left today. And I know that from past experience that if I try to back up even a file smaller than that or an amount smaller than that, I'm going to end up losing some stuff at the front end of this disk. So it's time to get a new disk. Strip the hard drive down as close as I can, and then get a new disk. And I bought a 4 terabyte Seagate backup disk on Amazon that should be coming here in about a week. Then I'll just convert this to a movie disk, or hell, maybe this will be my photo disk. We'll see. After I reform, wipe it in disk utility and so forth. Meanwhile, this is my first 1 terabyte movie disk. This was my Time Machine. No, it wasn't either. No, this wasn't my time. This wasn't one of my. This was just a flat out disk I bought for movies. Anyway, it's full. Only have 3 gigabytes left on that, and so this is full for all intents and purposes. And that happened a year and a half ago. And then today, I basically maxed this thing out by transferring stuff. It said there was some space left, but then when you tried to transfer anything into it said, we don't have enough space. We don't have enough space. So I'll take the computer's word for it. So that's full. That's number 2 movie. That was Time Machine number 1, I think. Yeah, that was Time Machine number 1. And then here, my Time Machine number 2 disc is movie number 3, and it's full. I mean, I've got 2 gigabytes left on this thing, so it's full. So I have another 4 terabyte Seagate drive that I'll be using as a movie disc or whatever I use, stick on it disc when I have to clean out my hard drive. And then I'll use this Time Machine I'll probably use it for the photos, come to think of it. Because I have 180 gigabytes of photos in my hard drive right now. Exciting stuff, huh? Well, it's necessary stuff, and about every 5 months you got to horse around with, essentially spend a day horsing around with it. So that's what I did today. So I went and shaved for y'all before I talk to you, and that'll last me through church tomorrow. So I don't have to shave before I go to church tomorrow. And I'm going to go to early church. First Sunday in Advent. I like to sing the Advent music, but I don't like all the hoo-ha at the 10:30 service with, the children's sermon, all the jizzy-jazzy, how do we discern where we're going crap. Get tired of hearing that. But I've said that before. Well, I just said it again, didn't I? So on that note, I think I'll say bye-bye, YouTubers, and I might talk to you tomorrow, I might not. I'm going to talk to Tony tomorrow on Skype, as always, or as almost always, and looking forward to that very much. So bye bye YouTube.